Hey everybody, welcome to Feud, the game show for hilariously bad opinions. I am your host, Lemaire Lee, and I'm here to bring you a wonderful feud. Tonight we had a setback, but we came back with an even better opponent. Tonight it was originally supposed to be Andy Lane versus Drew Montana, but Andy got called up to the pearly gates. He's not dead, but the pearly gates is his job. And we called in his repairman, Dorian Vasquez. So tonight it is now Dorian Vasquez versus Drew Montana in a game of hilariously bad opinions. So it's going to be a great one. 1-0 versus, I think Dorian beating Arnold. 1-0. So let's keep it going. Let me tell you what Feud is before we get started. Feud is the game show of hilariously bad opinions. So we say we have two people with hilariously bad opinions and they debate them out. So my favorite opinion of the game show forever is you shouldn't be able to get a DUI during the day. So then someone will have to debate pro, and if you, the audience, agree, you would vote pro in the polls, or you would vote pro in the chat, and you, the audience, if you disagree, you would vote con in the polls, and you vote con in the chat. And your argument should always be based on the cases provided, not any outside biases. I'm the judge, and that's my job to be biased. So, without any further ado, here on Feud, we like to say this. You don't make a decision with your brain because that'll hurt. You don't make a decision with your heart because that'll break. You make a decision with your genitals here because that's what you use to make your worst decisions. And now, let's get started. He believes healthy adults pee outside at least 10 to 35 times a year. Give it up for Drew Montana. Drew, how are you? Oh, that's Dorian's video. There you go. Let's try this one again. Dorian, shut your face up. Well, this is Drew. How are you? Oh, I gotta turn your mic up too. Wow, this is a disaster. It's going nowhere.
Who runs this shit?
Yeah, I know,
bullshit.
Right? Who's running this bullshit? Dorian, bam. No. Give me. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Lemaire Lee production.
Here we go. I'm fixing it. Here we go. Now, Drew, healthy adults pee 10 to 35 times a year. Can you explain that, please?
Yeah, indeed they do, Lemaire. Mm-hmm. Indeed they do. I think, for one, it can keep territorial animals out of your yard. Certain animals are real nose aware, and they can smell other animals like ourselves piss in your yard.
Yeah.
So I think that could be good. Keep wolves, cougars, shit like that out. It's also nothing better than watching that little body water form a creek and fucking you pee up hill and it comes back down between your legs.
Yeah.
You gotta like spread your legs out and watch it. You know what I mean? Little river.
Yeah.
You could maybe something could grow in there. You could get a little 2-foot Nile going. You know?
Yeah.
You could fertilize plants. And I think anything more than 35 times a year, you might be peeing in public or around kids or something. So that might not be good. So
That's too much.
I think 10 to 35 is healthy.
Okay, but when do you know that? Like, do you keep a counter, or do you have to, like, is someone judging you?
I think you do it like monthly. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll say 36 because 3 times 12 is 36.
That's true.
But yeah, I think three times a month is healthy. If you're just going outside to pee for no reason, you need to be in like some woods or an alley or something. You know, I can't just be like, I'm on 20th and Wharton, I want to piss outside.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. All right, Drew, thank you for your opinion. Now, our next comedian, he believes The Matrix is a black movie. Give it up for Dorian Vasquez. Dorian, how are you today, dude?
Yo.
Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, this is a conversation I had with people. Oh, do I start or do I?
No, yeah, just talk.
Hello.
Yeah. I hear you. We're just chatting.
Yeah, The Matrix is for sure a black movie. One, they initially wanted Will Smith and not Keanu Reeves, and somewhere like if you've been in alternate universes, there's the version of Wild Wild West with Keanu going, "I am Jim West."
Yeah.
It's clearly a black movie because every major character in the movie that had the utmost importance was black. The two versions of the Oracle, Lawrence Fishburne, Niobe. All these characters were solid characters. They all did their job at protecting the one and the whole entity of the situation. Also, it has kung fu. Who loves kung fu more than black people?
I don't know. That's a good question. Who loves kung fu more than black people?
I don't know. Maybe I've watched I've seen more kung fu in exploitation black movies than I have in anything, unless it's a kung fu movie. This wasn't necessarily a kung fu movie, but it had a lot of kung fu, which is that's a black movie trait.
Kung fu, yeah, it is. It's a part of blaxploitation lore. Is kung fu. And Drew, how do you feel about The Matrix being a black movie?
I disagree. One, black people would never consider white people the one. That would never happen. Two, it's also some conspiracy shit. And most black people I know think conspiracies are black magic. And that scares Lemire. Lemire's scared of black magic.
Just a little bit. Don't let people know, though.
I know that for sure. Also, the other thing is there's only been one trilogy black movie ever, and that was Friday. And that was because of Ice Cube. Ice Cube held that down. I'm gonna disagree, man. I don't see no Ice Cube in this. Damn. I can't call it a black trilogy movie.
Wow, Dorian, he just heard your opinions less than 30 minutes ago, and he's already out here throwing heat. So let's get ready for this. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. And Dorian, you're going to be first for your opinion, and you're going to be defending that, which is your opinion is people should have the option to have mechanical limbs. You have 2 minutes to defend this, and your time starts now.
Everyone should have the option to have mechanical limbs. Like, if everybody could have mechanical limbs, why would we have regular limbs? Like, I don't want my regular 30-year-old knees. I want to be able to actually jump. I'm 5'4". I don't do things with my knees anymore because I'm 30. All right. Really, this opinion. Look, though, the original opinion was I think disabled people should have spider legs, like the kid from Toy Story. Because I think that would be better than wheelchairs. Like, just being able to spider leg up buildings instead of having to build ramps. It would just be a more functional way of moving. And I want Doc Ock limbs because fucking I'm evil. That's and yeah, I don't know. This is look. I got called in for this last minute. Yeah. I know this isn't a good opinion, but that's
you should you're literally drinking coffee on the job.
What's that?
You're literally drinking coffee on the job.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is what happens when you call me hungover.
Well, thank you, Dorian. Great opinioning. And there's Drew. I can't remember your name. I'm sorry, Drew. There's a comment from Chuck Gillespie. His opinion said Blade was a black trilogy. Blade also.
Chuck Gillespie sounds like a white guy, so I'm not listening to his opinion about this.
That's fair.
Also, like The Matrix. I don't remember the ones. I'm just gonna call him. It's like Die Hard. He's The Matrix.
Well, Drew, you have a minute and a half to counter Dorian's opinion, which is that mechanical limbs should be on people, handicapped people, and you have a minute and a half to counter that, and your time starts now.
I disagree. I think if mechanical limbs were on people, we would have a very high rate of police brutality, even higher than it is now. They wouldn't even have to they'd just kill them off the bat. They would just kill them. They're robots. I've seen The Terminator. I've seen all three Terminators because that was a great white trilogy. And I got scared, and I don't want any parts of any robotic humans. Also, I think if people had mechanical limbs, like Dorian said, the whole NBA would be like 5'4", and then we'd be like, "What are we doing?" Like, it's Inspector Gadget versus fucking Terminator 2. This is whack. I want to see people with real abilities.
Is that your time?
I think so. Yeah, that's all I got.
That was powerful debating, Drew. Dorian, hey, maybe the next one, but audience. You turn the vote in the pro. If you vote pro, if you believe that people should have the option to have mechanical limbs, you vote pro, and you vote con if you disagree. And go, yeah. Dorian, right now you're ahead.
I am
Yeah, you're ahead. So you got to defend it. Keep defending it.
back. See what happens when I don't have a mechanical limb to control my phone from glitching. Last thing I heard was I seen the Terminator. Well, I also seen Jax from Mortal Kombat.
Ooh.
Fuck.
Ooh.
What a better way to fight the police than with like mechanical arms to just gotcha.
Yeah, but what if the police have mechanical arms and it's over? What do we do then?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe one amendment. If you're a police, you should have a natural body and not mechanical.
See, but they have the option that you have. See,
That's yeah.
If we, but at the same time, if we all have mechanical options and no one has any necessary weakness, especially if you're criminals
Fight fire with
these
fire.
more than anybody else.
What if you get prosthetic or mechanical limbs before you become a cop?
Am I cutting in and out?
No, you're good. Don't worry about it. You're good, dude. Don't worry about it.
Wow.
We can hear you. We're good. Are you good? I'm gonna mute him. He's frozen. Wow, this is crazy. We've never had anyone leave in the middle of their point, and he's winning. It's crazy, Drew. You gotta.
That's a loss, isn't it?
No. Well, if he's not back,
no, but this is.
Go ahead.
No, this is my point though. So Dorian clearly has mechanical limbs right now, and they're shorting out, and they're fucking clearly short functioning. And this is what happens when you get these fucking stupid robot arms.
Yeah.
And yeah, look now, Dorian's got his mechanical robot arm working again, and he can it's cool. He got his battery recharged. What happens when your battery runs out?
You put back on your regular arms. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Ooh. You can switch the arms.
Fuck.
I didn't know you could switch the arms.
I didn't think that. All right.
Well, I'm going to end the vote, and Dorian, miraculously, you got the point. You got the point. That's a win for the subs everywhere. And now, Drew, it's your turn for your first opinion. Here's your first opinion. The video switched. I don't know why the video switched. I'm sorry. Give me one moment. This is going haywire. But yeah, Dorian, you shouldn't have won that. I don't know how you won that. I'm being honest. I'm your friend. I'm your friend, and I don't know how you won that point. Drew, it's your turn now.
Still a win.
Drew, it's your first opinion, and your first opinion is Tom Hanks can't fight. You have 2 minutes to defend this, and your time starts now.
Yeah, this isn't an opinion. This is a cold, hard fact. Tom Hanks is 63 years old. He's got type 2 diabetes. He just beat the coronavirus, so his immune system might be strong, but his chin is not strong. You know, I don't see Tom Hanks. He's got a weak fucking chin. Mm-hmm. Look at his chin. I saw Forrest Gump, and that concerned me. He played the slow guy very well, and I was like, this looks like a guy that's used to this role. And in that movie, he fought once, and it didn't impress me. He punched that guy at the Black Panther party, and it was weak form, no training. You could tell he has no training. Yeah. He played Mr. Rogers in a movie who can't fight. I know Mr. Rogers can't fight. He was scared to fight Fonzie in Happy Days. That's an actual thing. He came into fucking Fonzie's hood with a karate gi on, and he started bitching. He didn't want no smoke with the Fonz. And also, finally, Tom Hanks' son is a SoundCloud rapper, and that tells me that he was never beat as a kid. Because my dad whooped my ass as a kid, and I realized early, don't be a SoundCloud rapper.
Wow, that's your time, Drew. That was an impeccable argument. Chet Hanks is a SoundCloud rapper, and there's no way to argue that. That's great opinioning. And Dorian, it's your turn. You have a minute and a half.
It's bad parenting.
Yep. Oh, we have a comment from Nick Cupsby. He says, Nah, dude can scrap. Telling you this. It sounds like Nick had a fight with Tom Hanks.
No, I'll say this about Tom Hanks.
Oh, wait. Let me start your time. It starts now. Go.
No, I'll say this much. Look, I think Tom Hanks has done a very good job at putting it out that he cannot fight, but that's a great thing that a lot of dudes who can secretly fuck you up love to do, is just not come off to contrast with an actual great fighter, Jackie Chan has made an entire career of playing that guy who looks like he's a pushover.
So I mean, the fact that you believe that he cannot fight is the unknowing public just played.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that, I mean, I know a lot of guys who like act like they can throw hands and easily get fucked up, versus a lot of guys who purposely don't look for fights, and it's because they know how to. I mean, that's what most MMA fighters, anyone who trains and has mastered any type of art, almost never uses it unless absolutely forced. Am I enticing that we force Tom Hanks to fight somebody?
50
Maybe,
seconds.
but America's white man for sure can fight. Prove him.
Wow, dude, I didn't think you'd have a counter, but you came out with an excellent counter. That was a nice counter swing. You guys, the audience, I'm going to open up the polls for you. In the chat or in the poll, you vote pro if you think Tom Hanks can't fight, and you vote con if you think he's luring you like a possum. Nick Cupsey also said Tom Hanks got white guy rage. So suppressed nice guy rage ain't nothing to fuck with, like Dorian was saying. Yeah, you have a yeah.
Dude, well, here's my counter to that is Jackie Chan looks like he can't fight, but he will also throw a fucking karate chop once every movie and knock somebody the fuck out. So I think, yeah, man, I think if Tom Hanks, he's in like 80 movies, he would have at least one good fight scene. That's
fair. That is fair. He does have like no fight scenes.
Captain Phillips, it was easily 20 fight scenes there that could have happened.
There was a bunch of opportunities for him to fight in Captain Phillips.
Also, charge of an entire yacht full of people. If he started to fight with people with machine guns, I mean, that's a.
I'm saying Jackie Chan would have started that fight and won.
Jackie Chan would have started that fight and won.
Yeah, but left in the wake of innocent people in most Jackie Chan movies. Because you can fight doesn't mean that means you have more of a responsibility to keep people around you alive, especially if you're the hero of the movie. Also, Tom Hanks, survivor. If you've seen Castaway, I mean, that man spent how long on a desert island? It takes a certain amount of strength and fortitude to do that.
Yeah, but mentally he was weak. He became friends with a beach ball. That was whack. He would have found at least an animal to be friend if he was a regular strongman.
Yeah, he's not a regular strongman. He's a better than strongman.
Can we just open these polls up? I'm running out of arguments.
The polls are open. The polls are going. You guys
might fight. I don't know.
You might fight Tom Hanks. You got. Is that your?
I'll fucking fight Tom Hanks for the show. Also, coming from Dorian's opinion of white guys who think they can fight and cannot fight, and me being one of those, I will confirm to you, Tom Hanks is not one of us.
Oh, ooh. Okay, you're calling out his white guys who can't fight, who accuse other people of can't fighting them.
I'm a white guy who thinks I can fight and cannot fight. Tom Hanks is a white guy who cannot fight and probably also thinks he cannot fight. So the confidence thing, I might have him.
You have him on confidence. Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
That reach, ridiculous. He'll just really like. I guess it also depends on who's fighting. If I tried to square Tom Hanks, he's just holding me back by my face.
Dude, is Tom Hanks tall?
No, it might be like 6 feet, like regular.
Yeah, he's taller than me.
6 foot. Okay.
All right.
That's.
Well,
I don't know. I'm 5'4". That's tall.
I'm gonna call it, and Drew, you get the point. That's your point, Drew.
Fucking go. Let's go.
Now let's keep it going.
Not a fighter.
I believe you. You won the point. I'm the judge. I'm only here to relay the results, and you won. So it's 1-1, Drew, Dorian, and now, Drew, it's your opinion time for your final opinion, and you believe white women over the age of 45 should be kept on leashes. You have 2 minutes. And your time starts now.
I do. I think white women over the age of 45 should be kept on leashes, but they can take an entry exam, 1 part paper test, 1 part situational tests. And depending on how they score on these exams, they could maybe get off the leash.
Yeah,
that's the end goal. We don't want to keep them on leashes. It's not like. It's like abolishing the police versus defunding. Like, we don't want to fucking get rid of all of them, but we want to, like, control the ones that are here, you know?
Yeah.
And I think we'll get them on the retractable leashes that go out about, like 40 to 60 feet. So that way in stores, they could go in their own stores. They can try clothes on. They could shit behind closed doors. They could do all that they usually do.
Yeah.
But if it gets out of control, we bring them right the fuck back in. And they'll have supervision at all times. And they could also earn stars like a kindergartner on a chart. And if they earn like 5 stars in a week, they'll have some free time. I think that's that's the way to resolve all these Karens. It'll definitely, it'll bring down all police interactions. I think that's a huge step in the right direction.
Well, Drew, powerful opinion, powerful debating. It makes sense to me. If you put them on a leash, then they can't really go anywhere. They can't.
What trouble could they get in?
Exactly. It's like a black snake moan, but
Exactly.
you don't use them for the other part. Thank you, Drew. Great arguing. Dorian, it's your turn. You have 1.5 minutes to retort, and your time starts now.
While I do think it is a step in the right direction, I think it's the wrong form in which to go in, rather than putting them on leashes, because leashes are clearly cruel. I mean, when we leash up our children, it looks bad. If anything, given the amount of trouble that white women cause, we should go with something like, I don't know, the shock collar. For every time you call the police on something dumb, you get a zap. I mean, I think clearly there's a level of capital punishment in that can be applied a lot more clear. Since we can't dog whisper white women with other Latinas hitting them in the neck, like they. I think shock collars or just getting dog whispered by other women would be the more direct option that I would take, rather than just leash. Leash seems a little passive, especially given I don't know, history.
All right, dude, that's your time. Tremendous count.
I like how the leash is passive.
Yeah. But wait, no, let me open up these votes because they're hot. You guys, you vote pro if you think white women over 45 should have to wear a leash, and you vote con if you think they should have to wear a shot collar. So, yeah, the voting's open. You vote in the poll. You vote in the chat. The votes are going. And David Collins said they would get tangled up as hell in home goods.
That is true. That's what's good about the retractable leash, though. In stores like Home Goods, you could have them at about 5 feet. In stores like Home Depot, you could let them do whatever the fuck they want. They won't get in no trouble in Home Depot.
They'll be good. They'll be safe.
But that's also the reason why we'll go with the shock collar instead of the leash. The lack of being tangled, and it's a behavior trait. Like if you even think of your own entitlement, like then.
I like the shock collar, but is it a controlled shock collar? Because most I've seen are like electric fences where they can't leave a perimeter. So then you just got them in the house all day.
Yeah, and you don't want a 45-year-old white woman at home. That's when they start drinking.
And then they get on the phones and call managers at companies and
then they just
all types of crazy shit.
They get wound up.
I'm honestly very unfamiliar with the way the shock. I thought there was 2 different types of shock collars. I know there's.
I think there is.
Well, you guys, in the kink community, there's a shock collar with a button. You just hit a button on a remote and it shocks them.
Okay.
That would be the only flaw, is that eventually these Karens will start to like it.
It'll feel good, right?
Okay. Pedro
and then
Lopez.
Just act up to get shocked.
Pedro Lopez says, "How about we tie them outside in case someone's allergic?"
That's what we do when the supervision's not around. Clearly, we can't be with them 24/7. Pedro, I feel you.
Well, you guys, this is 50-50 right now, and I don't want to leave it up to my judgment. So we need more votes. And you guys, do you have any more arguments?
I think no. That's all I got.
All right. Well.
Yeah, kind of a stalemate on this one.
Yeah, I feel like you both want to agree with each other.
I see both sides.
Yeah, none of you want to cede the point. I understand. But as the judge, we just got a pro vote for the win. Drew, you win.
Let's go. Let's go.
You guys can see it. It was last minute. Connor, Frank, thank you. You just won. You just won the vote for us.
Come on, Connor. That's my guy.
And now, Dorian, it's your turn. for your final opinion. I'm sorry I'm swallowing like that, but it's your turn for your final opinion, Dorian, and that is that cocaine should be legal. You have 2 minutes to argue this, and your time starts now.
One, historically, cocaine was previously legal. Snuff boxes, they call it tobacco or cat. It was fucking coke. We're shoving shit up our nose to have that pep. You might as well have just made it legal. It used to be in our soda, and that's back when soda tasted good. As far as any other drugs, I don't know if we should definitely make that argument that all drugs should be legal, but I mean, there's no coke epidemic because it's fucking. So why not make it legal? Keep the prices the same. Stop putting other Latinos in any kind of trouble, especially with cartels and whatnot. Stop plugging people with that, and just make this a legal thing so that we can have legitimate businesses. So I also can let go of my caffeine addiction.
Okay, time. Dorian, great arguing. I like the part about where you fit Latinos in there and the cartel. We need to make this show as catchy as Ozark, so please keep doing that. Okay. All right, Drew, it's your turn. You have 1.5 minutes to counter Dorian's point, and your time starts now.
Well, speaking of the cartel, I actually think that's a great part of cocaine being legal. Is one for population control, because A, the cartel can cut it with whatever they want. I think it's way too many people on this planet right now. So if it's like gasoline or fucking rat poison in certain people's coke, we get them out of here. Mexicans also kill each other, so that could be good. People die from cocaine. They overdose. That's scary. I like my heart to beat at a normal rate, about 120 beats per minute. That's a good resting heart rate, I believe. That's around what I'm at. I don't want it to be faster than that. And it's expensive. Cocaine is expensive. Also, have you ever talked to a cokehead and you're like, he's talking too much, you're just looking at him like, I want to fucking slam this guy through a concrete bridge. That's what I want, and that's usually what happens. So I think if you could just get it at Wawa, I would be like, get these fucking guys the fuck out of here.
Wow. Amazing arguing, Drew. Great retort. And let me open up the votes. You guys in the chat, you've the chat or the polls, you vote pro if you think doing cocaine should be legal, and you vote con if you don't think it should be legal. Right? Is Dorian froze again? Dorian's froze again. Yeah.
Now he's back.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Wait, is it my time?
There you go.
Yeah, you guys talk now. That's the cartel trying to shut you up.
I mean, the argument that there's too many people on the planet is all the more reason coke should be legal. The more drugs that are legal, the more likely more people will overdose, and therefore get rid of a lot of the dumb ones.
I think government coke would be safe, though.
Government
coke would be as strong, too.
It'd be, yeah. That's fair.
Like, they might put some chemicals in it so you can't re-rock it, get it on the stove, and that fucks up the crack community. So I think crackheads like what they got going on.
I'd argue that the crack epidemic proved that crack is not something that we like. But coke, I mean, has proven itself to have a level of productivity to it. As far as Mexicans killing each other, I mean, they also kill other people too.
Agree, and I like that, and I'm supportive of it. They don't just have to kill each other. It's not mano y mano. It's fucking mano y Pedro and y Guaido too. Yeah. Y Blanco. Mano y Blanco.
Crime is crime.
Yeah, they'll kill Sean Penn in that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys, this time the votes are 50-50 again. So keep making arguments. Even with your opinion this time, Connor Frank, it's 50-50. Yeah.
The idea that it being expensive is a reason why it should stay is kind of it doesn't make sense to me, because it should stay expensive. It should be a luxury drug. And as far as people who do it, like, you don't have to do it if it's legal. I'm just saying it's available there if you really want to.
But if someone gets hooked on coke because it's legal, and they can only get it at 7-Eleven, and 7-Eleven closes at midnight, and they get there at 12:05. This could be a problem.
I mean, I can make this argument for beer, cigarettes. I mean, I know plenty of obnoxious dickheads who drink Natty.
Natty Daddies.
That's why I don't live on Temple campus.
Naughty baby boy guy. I'm sorry, that was another life.
What'd you say?
Nothing. I'm just mumbling.
No, yeah, I'm just saying. Like, I mean, like.
David Collins says he's torn. He says I'm torn. I'm pro coke, but also pro murder. So,
David, just think about it. More people will die. Keep it illegal. People will die.
Oh, plenty of people will die if it's illegal. You know how much? You know how many people will be geeked out on coke and end up killing someone because they had too much coke in their system? Everyone's going to do way more coke once it becomes legal, and it'll be great for the population. I think it's invalid to say there'll be more death with illegality than with legality.
Government coke sounds like government cheese, though. It's not the same. You know, it doesn't melt down the same. You could put it on maybe a turkey sandwich, but you won't put it on a cheeseburger. Definitely wouldn't do that.
Well, we have a question again. Would legalizing coke make crack legal too? Because it should.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe it would.
We don't want that, right? Because crackheads are crazy. Or do we want legal crack?
But I will say this: also, crackheads have a fair work ethic. While they can be crazy, they also know how to steal radios.
And that's a forgotten trade, so you're right.
Imagine having so many electronic technicians just hanging out, ready to be paid in legal crack. It would be...
Dude, I just make this argument to support my boy Kwamir down in the trenches. They're serving coke every night illegally. And if he had to get a job at 7-Eleven, it wouldn't pay the same. If he had to sell the coke from behind the register, it's $10 an hour compared to $100 a gram.
And then he has to pay for that brick and mortar. He has to pay for that brick and mortar store too. It's a whole thing. All right.
Exactly.
I'm gonna call it, and Drew, you get the. Dorian, you're pro. You get it, Dorian. You win. It's 2-2.
Yeah.
Dorian, you win.
Bullshit.
It's 2-2. Now we have to go to a third opinion, a final showdown, and
there's a sale.
It's a stalemate right now, but I have a opinion. I have an opinion I've been facilitating. And Drew, since you won the first point, would you like to go pro or con? I'm going to give you the opinion before you. I'm going to ask you before we start.
I don't get the opinion first?
No.
Ah, shit. I'm gonna go with pro.
Okay. So Dorian, you're con, and I'm gonna open up the vote in a little bit once I get it in there. But so Drew, you will be arguing for that O.J. Simpson is the best murderer, and Dorian, you're arguing con. So that starts now. Drew, you guys just go back and forth, make cases in chat. The poll will be up, and you vote in the chat. So go ahead, guys.
All right, yeah, this isn't even a debate. I think not even the greatest murderer, but the greatest man ever, and which would incorporate the greatest murderer ever as well. You got it's a lot of people out there that are like, I've done it all in life, but they haven't. You know, OJ has. He's won a fucking Heisman. He's been in movies. He killed people. He beat a case. He went back to jail on a different case. He got fucking social media famous. OJ's done it all, man. And I think, just the fact that he killed 2 people. You see people beat murders all the time. That's weak. Anybody could beat a murder. Beat a double murder. That's how you know you're official. Kill 2 people. Leave shit at the scene and get away with it. And run from the cops and still get away with it. He's like, no, I didn't even see y'all.
Dorian, you can argue against him whenever.
First of all, OJ didn't do it, so how could he possibly be the best murderer if you have absolutely... there is no legit proving that he a murderer, let alone the best murderer.
Damn.
Fuck.
Oh, shoot.
It needs to be in public record that you have, in fact, murdered and it has to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt that murder
Yeah.
has occurred under his bloody fucking gloves.
Yeah.
With absolutely no proof. You cannot prove he is the greatest, or even a.
See, while I agree there is not enough proof, even though there may be some, a little bit, I think the greatest murder suspect is included in the greatest murderer ever.
Okay.
And if you're the greatest man ever, then there's no reason you shouldn't win all three of those things. Greatest man, greatest accusationer or accused murderer, and greatest murderer ever.
I don't know, man. I think there are plenty of greater murderers than OJ that a lot of people tend to forget about. And I'm not even just talking about your Dahmer, your, those guys. Attila the Hun. Let's see, Stalin, Pol Pot. They murdered.
These are all mass murderers.
Yeah. Mass is a synonym for great. This is an entire other tier compared to OJ. Like OJ is an open mic murder compared to like this man is still like he's still playing flag football compared to their pro, as they legally murdered of people in the country they themselves owned.
Okay, but can I say this? If being the greatest murderer, you would get away with it, in like. What's a better way with the little evidence? There was a bloody glove, there was a bloody knife, and he in a long police chase. If that's not enough evidence, then I don't know what is enough evidence.
I think the Spanish Empire got away with a lot of murder, and they spread Christianity. Arguably better murderers in that regard, because they did get away with it under the eyes of God. Well as legality, whereas OJ has you have to at least have it be proved that you did murder, and OJ didn't do it.
But so I see here he was found guilty in 94, acquitted in 95, but in 97 found liable for both deaths in a civil suit, so it was proven. And like Lemire said, I think all that to get away. It's kind of like you said about Tom Hanks, like. We don't know he can fight, but maybe he can fight. Same with OJ. We don't know he can kill, but he can fucking kill. He had a girl that got taken by a man named Ron. Everyone got a guy named Ron in their life they want to kill. Nobody likes people named Ron. And he fucking found him. He drove up to their crib and cut their heads off. But didn't do it at the same time. You know what I mean? He did it, but he didn't do it.
Yeah.
But to stick with the argument, we're talking about greatest murderers. OJ's not one of them. This is a lot of fuss for two people that he may or may not have killed, depending on which level of legality we're talking about. People who have actually proven in their records have got. The Zodiac killer has still never been caught. Arguably a way better murderer, because he even left clues saying, "I did it. Find me. Here's a puzzle," and is still out there.
Yeah, but we know somebody's doing it. With OJ, we're like, damn, he did it, but he didn't do. It's like the ghost of OJ killed them. You know what I mean?
Man, how do we know there's not like a ghost Zodiac killer or somebody out there who did it, pinned it on OJ, and he's been fighting ever since? We don't. All I'm saying is, he's clear. Whether or not the murders are under OJ, clearly not the best.
Okay, boys, I'm calling it. And Dorian, you got the win, dude. You get the win. He's 1-0. 1-1. You're 1-1. I'm sorry, I looked it up. You lost the net. You're 1-1. And how do you feel?
Yeah, it felt good. This was last minute, and
yeah,
feel at Ultra Instinct right now.
There might be an asterisk. But it was a great win. Let's Dorian. Would you like to promote anything really fast?
I don't know. Well, hopefully more video things to come. At comedian Dorian V to look it up. I'll be in North Carolina in July 8th to the 11th with Lemire and a couple other cool people. So North Carolina, we're coming for you. Wilmington, North Carolina.
And Drew, thank you for doing it. Do you have anything to plug?
Yeah, this was bullshit. I want a rematch soon. This is ridiculous. Drew Montana on Instagram, DRU_Montana. And yeah, hopefully things coming soon, man.
Yeah.
I'll be with Lemire in North Carolina. I just invited myself on that show, but I'll be there. Yeah, find me on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be the feud part 2 between us.
Maybe. And that's tradition. Dorian, would you like to roast Drew for his opinions?
Drew, you're a silly goose. Like,
Damn.
you look like you smell like kitty litter. I don't, dude. I'm not.
No.
I already won. I just walk away.
Yeah, you can walk away. There just has to be, there just has to be a prize.
The silly goose was a headshot. You win.
Well, thank you, dudes. Drew, I'll talk to you later. Dorian, I'll see you in literally stare walk away. So
I'm down right now.
Yeah. Yeah, come say goodbye with everybody with me. Hey, y'all. Thank you for watching Feud. I'm sorry there was Mar. It was a little bit of some music stuff at the beginning. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I'm slow. We hang out. We have fun here. Tonight was a great episode. Sorry, Andy. You get to come back. Andy Lane, you get to come back to another one. Just let me know. You're a great competitor, and I'm sorry you got pulled out because of your death. Drew was great in this episode competing. Oh, you down. Okay, you got to turn your mic. Dorian has to mute his mic or it's going to be annoying. Sorry, he's here. Anyway, thank you guys for watching Feud. On Wednesday, we have Nate Marshall versus Kat Mosley, which is going to be a great feud. And then on Friday, our main event this week is Nicole Phoenix versus Eric Terrell, and that's going to be great also. Thank you guys for watching Feud. Come back next week on Wednesday. So come back Wednesday at 7. Thank you guys, and goodbye. Thank you.